What's going on, y'all? This is Cypher. Welcome to the channel, Farside TV, Farside family. I got special guest today, Erica. What's going on with you?
Nothing much. Glad to be here today.
That's what's up. Glad to have you here. This is my cousin. If you don't know what she do, maybe she can shed some light on that. Erica, why don't you tell them who you are and what you do?
Yes. All right, everyone. I am Erica. So, honestly, the best way to describe me is a jack of all trades. I kind of have a lot of different interests in a lot of different things, but right now I am an HR professional by day and a budding YouTuber by night. So, I have a platform called Home Economics where I basically experiment with different recipes on camera and kind of make cooking more fun and give people an opportunity just to feel more free in the kitchen to experiment and try out different recipes. So glad to be here.
That's what's up. What made you start wanting to do that? I mean, I know you've been cooking and you know how our family get down, but what made you want to start doing it for on social media?
Yeah. So basically, I don't know. I think I just kind of fell into it. So I would say maybe around 2018, 2019, I started purchasing different like home chef kits. So things like HelloFresh, Blue Apron, and I would try those out. And then I would just kind of put it on my Instagram story. And so after that, the pandemic hit. And so at that point, I'm like, well, I'm not going out to eat. I have nothing but time on my hands. And so I started doing more step by step cooking videos on my YouTube story. And I had a show called Quarantine Cooking where
Okay.
I would find different recipes on Pinterest and I would try them out. Some were great and some weren't. But one thing it did do is that it definitely increased my cooking knowledge and I became really good at it. And so in last year, I quit my corporate job and I took like 7 months off to just exist in this space of freedom. And so everyone's like, you really should get a YouTube channel. You know, people tell you that all the time. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I just like to mess around in the kitchen. But at that point, I was like, why not try it? And so thus Home Economics was born.
I love the name, by the way, Home Economics. That's just slick and smooth and easy, roll off the tongue.
Yes.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you chose YouTube as a venture because, I mean, yeah, if you are already doing it, you might as well go ahead and go that route with it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Um, so, what would you say that you like? What's your expertise? Are you more so soul food, casual, seafood, or what's your special?
Honestly, my specialty is actually baking. And so I've been baking since I was a little kid. It's something my dad and I would do together. And so over time, I got pretty good at like decorating cakes and things like that. So I would say that's probably where my skills shine the most. But I could pretty much cook anything. For a while there, I was getting into a lot of different like ethnic recipes, like
Mm,
Asian and Mexican and different things like that. So I would say those skills have increased, but baking would probably still be at the top.
okay. What's your favorite dish?
Oh gosh, I love everything, but my favorite dish. Let me think. That's so hard. I don't know if I have a favorite. I think each year it kind of changes. The first thing that's coming on the top of my head is like catfish and grits. Like I love a catfish that's fried hard over some
Um,
creamy grits with Gouda. Oh, so good.
and with Gouda, you might have put me on. I ain't never thought about that.
Yeah,
Gouda,
I don't do sweet grits, and I know people get a little tight about that. Like sugar don't belong in grits. It's savory.
okay. Next question with that. Can you make your favorite dish?
I absolutely can. Yes.
Okay, get that. As far as baked goods, what's your favorite baked good?
Favorite baked good. My favorite baked good is an almond cake with a raspberry filling and a almond buttercream. Like it's basically a wedding cake. So typically, if you go to weddings, a wedding cake flavor is almond. Sometimes they have filling,
Okay.
sometimes they don't. But I like mine with a nice sweet raspberry jam in the middle. It's
Okay. We learned some stuff today. That's why I'm glad I got you on here because
perfect.
a lot of us do cook. I be cooking too, but I don't. It's a lot of stuff I don't know, and I, for one, didn't know almond was the wedding cake flavor.
Hmm.
So that's nice. Fun fact.
Yeah,
So can you make it?
absolutely.
All
I
right.
have. And I've actually made a wedding cake once just for fun. Like I did the two tiers just to see if I could do it. It wasn't perfect and I could definitely perfect it a little bit more, but I have made a wedding cake. and I just gave it out to people.
That's what's up. Did you any type of shows or movies that inspired this dream? Anything that you look at like and take a few pointers from it?
So growing up, I remember it'd be my granny, your great granny. She used to love Emeril Lagasse on Food Network. So like that's like my
Yeah.
early memory. And from there, I don't know, like I love shows like Unwrapped, Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives, just as people were trying different foods from, across the country. That's something definitely that I love to do as well. And then as I got older, there was Cartier Brown. She was on the Food Network. She's a black woman and she cooks a lot of like Gullah Geechee recipes from South Carolina. And so I would
Okay.
say she would probably be my favorite, but I loved them all.
Okay. Have you ever seen this show called Cooked? I mean, not Cooked, Chopped.
I love Chopped. I could personally not do it because that's too much pressure and I'd be in there sweating my just profusely, but love Chopped.
That was the next question. I was going to ask you, would you be able to do that type of show?
No, no, no. I can't cook under pressure. And one thing that's interesting about Chopped is like if people haven't seen it, like you're gonna get a lot of different weird ingredients and you got to be able to like think off the top of your head of what to do with them. And I've gotten better as I watch it because I'm like, oh, okay, I know you could do X, Y, Z with this ingredient, but in the moment, I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of pressure because, like you say, you have a limited amount of ingredients, limited amount of time, all eyes on you, the time's ticking, the clock's going. I know I used to watch that too. I used to think the same thing, like, man, I wonder if I was on there, what I could do, because I like kind of unorthodox stuff,
Hmm.
right? Like I cook, but my expertise is not soul food. Mine's more like pub stuff, like
Hmm.
burgers, wings, nachos, all these different varieties of that. That's my lane. But you want
Yeah.
me to make some like soul food and lasagna and spaghetti and all that? It's gonna be mid at best. I ain't gonna hold you. It's gonna be mid. I don't
But
know what I'm doing.
sometimes, those mid recipes really do hit the spot though.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So I want to do something with you, Erica. I want to do a this or that with you, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you two choices. You got to pick one: seafood or Mexican food.
Seafood.
Seafood. Mexican food or Indian food.
Mexican food.
Okay. Hot pizza or cold pizza.
Hot pizza.
Cupcakes or cookies.
Cupcakes all the way.
Pie or cake.
Cake.
Ice cream or pudding.
Ice cream.
Chips or crackers.
Chips.
Jello or frozen yogurt.
Jello.
Okay. Tacos or nachos.
Tacos and not. Ooh.
Had to throw one in there.
That's hard because I love both. Mm. I'm gonna go with nachos.
You get a point with me. I choose nachos every time. Buffalo wings or sweet Asian chili wings.
Oh, buffalo all the way.
Buffalo. Ranch or blue cheese dressing.
Ranch, blue cheese is vile. I don't like blue cheese. I like blue cheese and I like goat cheese. Those are hard no's for me.
That's vile. Okay. Okay. Cream of wheat or grits?
Cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat. Okay. Cheddar cheese or Gouda?
No, why you do that to me? I'm gonna go with cheddar because I think she's a little more versatile.
Good point. Good point. Okay, well, you went through them pretty quick, and that's good. That means you're on your feet, and that's pretty nice. So, I will ask you this: when it comes to drinks, is there any type of drink that you like as far as a recipe for a drink? I know you do baked goods. I know you can cook. Any type of drinks that you specialize in?
So my favorites are like really creamy martinis. And so I like to make mine that are ice cream based. So you can either do this in espresso martini form, or you could do it like I like to make a sugar cookie martini around the holidays, which basically has like amaretto syrup and then which is almond flavored. As you can see, I love that flavor profile. And then you add like some vanilla ice cream and then your vodka, and it just gives you something that's just so sweet and creamy. And so like you can do that for other desserts essentially. So you can make it salted caramel. Like I said, you can do espresso martinis that way because the traditional way doesn't have anything that's cream based, but I like mine nice and creamy. What else? I make a good margarita, especially a mango one with like fresh mangoes or pineapple margaritas.
Okay.
Um, I'm I've recently kind of got into dark liquor just a little bit, like like flavored crowns. I haven't experimented with those just yet. I have used Crown Peach in a peach cobbler before. Um,
Woo!
yeah, yeah, you
What?
gotta try it.
What? We learned some
Crown is
stuff. I hope y'all
excellent
writing
for
this
dessert.
down. I hope y'all writing this down. We are way beyond spiked eggnog. We got peach crown roll. That really just sounds good in some coffee.
Yep.
I know. I'm sorry. I know up here in Springfield, I guess they don't get crown roll that often. So when
Oh,
they, yeah, I don't know why. It's a thing. They don't really keep crown roll up here. So they came out with a blackberry kind
ugh,
recently. Yeah, it's not my thing either. I haven't
tastes like
tried it, but
medicine.
okay, it must be for the drunks. So the guy,
Mhm.
the guy that was talking about it, he's a known alcoholic. So that's probably why he likes it. But I know I had crown roll before, and I had like peach, and I like the apple, of course, and stuff like that. But specifically, I'm okay. I'll probably get ahead of myself. I don't want to forget. I want to see what you would do with this.
Okay.
My favorite drink, because I don't drink like that, but on occasion I'll have something. My favorite drink is rum chata,
Oh.
um, lemon, the lemon kind.
Oh, I've never had that one. Lemon rum chata. Okay, so that's gonna be lemon rum, but it's creamy.
What
I
would you do with
wonder
that?
if you could make a boozy lemon tart with that. So like
Mmm.
the lemon curd, we can make it a little creamier with that rum flavor in it. That's the first thing
Okay.
that comes to mind. I've made rum chata cupcakes before many years ago. And so essentially we could do a lemon rum chata cup. Ah, maybe I gotta try that. Okay, let me write that down.
I hope y'all writing this down at home. We getting a lot of ideas here, for
Oh,
sure.
I gotta try that. Because I didn't know they made a lemon kind.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. They got coconut, uh, which I haven't had. I think I might have had it. The other ones are okay. I had peppermint bark. That was
Mhm.
pretty cool. But lemon is just the best one to me. It tastes like you drinking a cold lemon cake, like with the icing and everything. Yeah.
My family are a bunch of lemon people, so I think they would like it too.
It's fire. Okay. So, what is the best dish that you made? What dish that you made have you ever made that came out just perfect?
Mm. So I would say there's two. My favorite like protein is beef. Um,
Okay.
I would say I've become really good at making beef Wellington, which is
Mm.
a known like complex like dish. So
Yeah.
essentially, beef Wellington is going to be a beef tenderloin, which is basically filet mignon. Take your beef tenderloin and you baste it in a Dijon mustard. You roll it in
Okay.
prosciutto or your ham or whatever, and then you have to make a mushroom duxelle, which is basically mushrooms and shallots that are sauteed in a white wine. And so the wine kind of cooks down, but it flavors those mushrooms and those shallots, and you chop them up really fine. And then you have
Okay.
to get your puff pastry, roll it in there with your mushroom duxelle. Then you got to bake it, but you got to bake it to medium rare, which is, can be a little challenging because you're not cooking on the stove, but in the oven. And then
Mm.
it's just like savory, but you got the flaky puff pastry. It's so good. I would say that would be my first one. And then the other is I make a really, really great short rib. So I like to make wine braised short ribs over a bed of really creamy mashed sweet potatoes and some roasted Brussels sprouts. I
Oh
think that's
yeah.
my other favorite.
Oh yeah. We eating tonight,
Yeah.
man. Okay. And what? Yeah, I gotta ask. Is the worst dish that you ever put out to where it was just a
Oh,
disaster? If
I've
there
had
was.
a lot of fails. Oh my gosh. Um, I would say the first one that comes to mind was that I was making a healthier version of like Indian butter chicken. And like normally I can eat things that aren't the greatest, but I took two bites of that and I said, oh, that's gotta go in the trash. And when I say it was bland, somehow it was dry. Butter chicken is, it's creamy. I don't know what I
Mhm.
did, but that wasn't it.
That's funny. I'd say the worst thing I ever made was a drink, and I really did not know what I was doing. It was probably, I don't know, like 12 years ago, right?
Hmm.
I make milkshakes a lot. I'm really good at making milkshakes.
Mm,
Uh, but that day I wasn't, and I didn't have everything I needed. I was trying to improvise. I really wanted a milkshake. Wasn't trying to go to the store. It was late, so I just started putting stuff together. And I was like, how about I make a cinnamon toast crunch milkshake or Apple Jacks milkshake? Something with cereal.
hmm.
Mhm. I put cereal in there. We drink almond milk over here. We don't drink regular milk,
Same.
but it's technically filtered water. So I put that in there, and I didn't think about the science. So I put the almond milk in there. I put cereal in there, and I was trying to put like some type of cream effect because I didn't have any heavy whipping cream or Cool Whip. So I was like, maybe I'll make my own. Erica, don't ask me why. I melted some butter and put it in the milk, and I tried to stir it.
It coagulated, didn't it?
Ah, it was the worst. It it tastes as bad as it looks. You could see all the ingredients broke down. You can see the butter, you can see the cereal, everything, the milk, everything was separate. It was layers. I was like, yeah. And the only thing that made me drink some of it was I put like pounds of sugar in it to try to.
Oh gosh.
It was a stomach ache waiting to happen. After about half a cup, I'm like, yo, you know what? I actually like my life. I want to preserve it, and I'm just gonna toss this. I'll take it as a loss. I wasted a lot of ingredients, but
Yeah.
this is horrible. And I was gonna make my mom one, and then she ended up asking about it. I was like,
I don't want none of that.
nah, nah.
I know your
So,
stomach sound like boots in the dryer.
oh my gosh, it was like, and I got a tough stomach, so I got iron stomach. So it was like, if I maybe drunk more, it probably would have got to me. But I think my mind and my stomach's on the same page. Like, yeah, bro, I get what you try to do, but just take the L, bro. You lost. You
Like, I'm gonna
lost.
give you a pass, but don't ever do that again.
Don't ever do that again. Don't think about butter in your life ever. I don't know
And
what you
it's
was doing.
funny because, like, heavy whipping cream turns into butter, but you can't go backwards.
You can't go backwards. I did not know the science. I didn't think about the science. And when I saw the science, I was like, yeah. That's why I passed science with a B because of that.
Listen, cooking is a true science. Like, especially baking, I would say that's probably the most, like, one small thing can alter whatever you're making. And
Absolutely.
it's a skill. And it's funny you mentioned making drinks because in my college years and in my early 20s, my friends didn't let me make the drinks. They were like, Erica, you just be mixing stuff and everybody's getting sick. And they're right. Like, I would be somewhere throwing up because I'm like, oh, what if I mix this and I mix that? So I finally I got better and they started letting me make the cocktails. But before I was not allowed.
That's banned from making drinks is funny.
Yes.
Understandable. So how do you I know who you said you grew up with watching. Is there any current day chefs or food enthusiasts that you look up to?
Ooh. I actually let me think. I would say more like Instagram chefs. I get, some inspiration. I would say Cooking with Zoe. I like his recipes. His are really cool. Kimmy's Creation. She's really funny. I like watching her videos.
Okay.
Um, but I don't know. I'm often just on TikTok scrolling, or I'll get an idea for something. I'm like, okay, so who's made this before? And so I kind of take inspiration from a lot of different like social media cooks and stuff. So I don't know if I have a set favorite, but I would say those two are the ones that I kind of remember the most.
Okay. What would you want to add or remove from your YouTube channel to help it grow?
I don't know because right now I'm allowing myself to just be okay with being a beginner. And so I'm just I learn best by trial and error. That's essentially how I've learned to cook.
Hmm.
So right now I'm like, okay, how do I grow my following organically, but at the same time, like with strategy, if that makes sense.
It does.
So
YouTube can be a very tricky beast.
yeah.
it's a tricky beast. And I will say to anybody that's starting YouTube, um, just whatever you do, just keep on, like you just said, you accepting being a beginner. Just keep on doing what you do, and don't get discouraged or wonder why a smaller channel even has more numbers somehow. Like, don't try to figure it out
Yeah.
because it's a lot, and it just comes and goes. It comes in waves. It's not. A lot of beginners think it's something that they're doing and not doing, like it's their fault. A lot of times it's not. There's always ways we can improve, but just keep doing what you're doing. As long as you're doing what you love with purpose, it's all going to come together. I remember one example I'd say real quick is I was doing these videos because my channel is more primarily like hip hop news and black culture, and I was doing these videos about these current day situations, and I would see that my stuff ain't really just moving like that, but I see these other channels doing the same thing, even stuff that I hadn't thought about first, but they did it and they got motion, right? So it can be a little discouraging, but then if you stop looking at everybody else's and focus on yours and actually have real intent behind it, it'll naturally come. So that's what I started doing. That's how I start making videos about stuff that I actually want to talk about.
Hmm.
Like with the whole Glorilla thing when she got her nose done. I just had a thumbnail and I had a title saying that something like how our culture emphasizes body change and how it can mess with our mental, something like that. That's how I felt. I felt like the industry really makes you want to change your body, and
Yeah.
body things either try to get you to encourages you to do stuff to manipulate your own anatomy just to fit in or look a certain way. And I don't agree with it. I don't think it's right. I don't think somebody should change because they own or a star
Yeah.
now. And that video got a lot of traction, and along with other ones that had genuine, meaning behind it. So that's why I say just believe in your own process. I wouldn't try to counteract the algorithm and all that. It'll come when it's supposed to come. So
I received that, and that's the mindset that I try to remain in. It's like, Erica, you love to cook, and you're gonna do it regardless. So like, we're just gonna keep having fun with it, and I whatever I feel inspired to cook, that's what I do a video on. And so like I try not to like I have a running list in my phone of like, okay, when I get an idea for something, I just jot it down. And so each week it's like, all right, which recipe speaks to us, or something sparks something. I've also gotten into gardening, so like I'm able to do
mm,
garden to table meals from time to time, which is really cool. So I'm just like, just lean into the things you love, and the rest will it'll take care of itself.
that's it. That's it. That's true news. And also, if you don't think people watching you, they are. They definitely are. Uh,
Which you reached out to me, I was like, oh shoot, he watched my stuff. That's dope.
and I doubt I'm the only one that in that circle that hasn't seen it. It's just some people ain't gonna say it. Some
Hmm.
people might say something accidentally to let you know that they did see it, but
You
just
know,
don't acknowledge
it's
it.
been some of like the most unlikely people who've said things and like, oh, I've seen, your videos. And I'm like, you're my parents' friend. I didn't think you watched this kind of stuff. At least, me, like, just fool around in my kitchen. So yeah, you're definitely right. It surprises me sometimes.
Hmm. So, what advice would you like to give anybody that's trying to do something that they want to do, starting with social media or just whatever avenue they choose?
Yeah. Ooh, so I would say, and I am somebody who, I don't know, I think I start over in life like every 3 to 5 years where I'm like, okay, time to move on to something else. But I would say just sometimes just follow your inspiration. Follow those random ideas that you get, because a lot of times like it will turn to gold in its own way. So sometimes we always think that something has to be super big or successful to make it worthwhile. And a lot of times like
Mhm.
our ideas are things that are just there to help us to grow, help us to develop, and then just also like we're multifaceted people. And so I think we can get stuck in feeling like, well, I have to stay in this one lane to do something. And it's like, no, you really don't. Like I have changed careers, I think 5 times at this point. Like I am not afraid to quit anything. Like my mama raised a quitter, right? But I'm gonna start something else.
Nothing for-
I am a certified quitter. When I'm over something, I'm over it and I'm on to the next. But I think that's one of the things that makes me interesting. And I think that more people should just be, confident to just try stuff. Like nobody one thing my dad used to always say is like, ain't nobody looking at you. And at face value, it's like, well, dang. But what he really meant was like, nobody's watching us closely enough to constantly for us to feel judged all the time. Like, if people are watching, most of the time they're kind of cheering you on behind the scenes. And like you had just said, so I would just say, like, follow those little moments of inspiration, follow your random ideas. You never know where they'll take you. You'll never know what you'll learn or who you'll meet. And I would say that has been the highlight of my life is just trying stuff and not being afraid to be a beginner or to fail at something because I don't think failure is real. I think you either you succeed at it or you learn a lesson, but failure itself is not real.
Man, wise words from a wise woman. Amen. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Erica, for coming through. I do appreciate your time, talking with us, chopping it up with us, getting some food ideas and some drink ideas and some recipes. Appreciate that. Why don't you tell the people where to follow you at, socials and all that good stuff?
Absolutely. You can follow me on YouTube at Home Ericonomics. So it's home and then Ericonomics is all one word. I'm eventually going to start posting on my Instagram, but right now we're just on YouTube. So follow me there and send me your ideas for videos. Like I said, I just be trying stuff. So yeah.
Send me your ideas. Go subscribe to our channel, watch some videos, hit the like button, and make sure you support. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch you later. Thank you again. We out.
Thanks.